I saw the looks that some people gave me, and I heard the tone of voice and everything. I've been stereotyped as the stereotypical black girl, as the stereotypical bad kid because of how I acted. And my family is not the best, and a lot of people know who they are and what they've done. So there was a teacher who my sister had, and when she found out who I was, she was like biased towards me because of who my family was. And I always wanted to help people, so I want to be a nurse. And I want to show people that no matter what happens in life, and no matter how many obstacles come your way and how many times you've been knocked down, you can always get back up and always achieve your dreams no matter what happens.
Hey everyone, I'm Erin, and welcome to this month's edition of the Dollar Club, where we see how everyone contributing just $1 a month can bless the community and share the love of Christ to those around us. Today we're going to sit down with Jennifer and Yasmin. We met Jennifer through our Big Kick soccer camp in Charleston and learned that she was a foster parent. Today we get to meet one of her foster daughters, Yasmin. So let's learn about their journey together through foster care and see if the Dollar Club can help along the way. Well, guys, thanks so much for just sitting down and talking to me. Jennifer, can you just tell me how you got into foster care?
Okay, so I guess I've always kind of known, even when I was like in high school, I worked with the little kids and stuff, and I always just kind of knew that working with kids is what I was going to do. It led me to the community centers where I was working, and then from the community centers, I was just like, nope, this still isn't enough. Like there was still something like drawing me to do more. And a lady came in one day and she had flyers and she was like, hey, can I put these up in the building? And I was like, what are they for? And she said, how to become a foster parent. And I was like, come in here. so we went that day, and from there it was, I started immediately. I just knew it. Just when it hits you, like you just know. So I started the process like the next week.
And Yasmin, can you kind of tell me the story of how you met Jennifer?
So Jennifer was working at the North Charleston Community Center at the time, and I used to go there all the time as a kid. I remember my social worker coming to pick me up and taking me over there, and I was like, I don't want to go live with somebody else. I want to stay where I'm at. And so when I walked in and I saw that it was Jennifer, I was like, oh wait, I know her. I'm perfectly fine. And she, at the time, she had 3 other kids in the house, and because I was always going to the pool, I already knew who her 3 kids were. So I was like, oh, this is going to be a breeze. I'm going to like it here. I was already friends with her kids. From there on, here I am. Still with her.
Can you kind of share in a little bit more details just like the victories that you have experienced over the years and maybe some struggles that you've had too?
Well, when I first came to Jennifer, and she will testify to this, I was a very angry child. So I was mean to everybody, and I was just mean to the whole world, and I didn't think anybody would understand me. And she fought so hard, so hard to get me out of that little stump that I was in. It did take a minute, but I did a lot of horrible things. I was just mean to people. I took things I wasn't supposed to be taking. I did things so out of proportion, and not one time did she get mad at me. She just sat down and she talked with me and she cried with me and she held me. Her hugs are the best. She taught me how to love myself. For a very long time, I didn't like my skin color. I didn't like my hair. I just didn't like me. And she bought me a book. She bought me a book called Black Girl. And all through the book is all these well-accomplished Black African-American females, and they're all telling their stories in there. And I was like, when she first gave it to me, I was like, I'm not about to read this. I don't want this. Just put it up on the shelf. And then one night I was laying in my bed, and I was like, let me just read that real quick. And I fell in love with it, and then ever since, I became the dramatic little girl that she has. Always dressing up, always wearing heels, always having my hair done. But she's been there with me through every single thing that I've been through, and she's always been the person who has fought for me and always cheered me on. It's always what I want to do. She has her inputs, but it's, at the end of the day, it's always what I want. For that, I am grateful. I love you.
No, you're gonna make me cry. I'm sitting here thinking.
And another victory, you're getting ready to have your own place, right?
Yes. I know she doesn't want me to leave. I know she doesn't. But for a very long time, I was scared to actually move out on my own, and I didn't realize that I was, and she knew. And so she would always say, well, you don't have to go, you can stay here. And she would just always put it out there, you don't have to, you can just go to school close to here. And then, we'll help you, you could just always stay here. And I was like, okay, let's do it. I would rather just stay here. And then there was a time where I got my groove back. I actually did fall into a little slump. They call it depression, I call it a slump. And I got out of it. She helped me through it. And I realized I'm very independent and I have to do things on my own. And I was like, I'm not going to move farther in life if I don't take the next step into adulthood. And she was, I kid you not, 2 weeks? Was it 2 weeks? After, it was literally 2 weeks after I got out of my slump. I found an apartment. I had all these people helping me.
Your guys' story is just so powerful. Like, I'm so thankful I get to hear it and stuff like that. I actually have a little surprise as well. At River Ridge, we do this thing called the Dollar Club, where we just ask everyone once a month just to throw in an extra $1. We find just a story to hear or need or a blessing that we can be in the community. And so we just chose you off this month. And so I actually have a check for you, Yasmin, for $5,154 to help out with whatever, your new apartment.
I can't stand you. Do you know how bad I've been struggling upstairs?
Listen, I know, and they asked me about it, and I was like, yes, let's make it a surprise.